What's up, folks, and welcome to this week's episode of the Pilot Review Show. I am Captain Blade J52, and I am joined this week by the illustrious TeacherKirby.
Hey, how's it going?
And the man with the plan, Artie.
Hello.
There he is. Thought we might have lost you for a second, dude, but Timberwolf has some personal stuff he needs to take care of this week, so he might be joining us, and he might not be. But anyways, we can go ahead and get started this week. And go ahead and begin. We have the Lucari ships that have been coming out. Let me find day one out of this mess here.
It's the one without a day. It's the top one.
Yeah, I could do the simple thing and just bring it up from the notes again, because, that would be simple. Anyways, you'll be able to see this on the local recording, and that is, well, anyway, here's one of them anyway. This is the Echo and Foxtrot Lucari ships. For some reason it's bugging out on me and will not display the first two.
They're at the very bottom.
They are?
Oh, it looks like...
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
removed
Okay.
the
Yeah,
first
it looks
two.
like
Yeah.
just updated
I see. That's what it was doing.
each time.
Anyway, for the Lucari ships, for those folks that have been keeping up with this, kind of similar to how they did with the Jupiter design, they're going through, they've put out a bunch of different designs, and they're letting the community vote on what their next ship will be as far as the Lucari. And I believe some folks are theorizing, or no, it actually says it right there, that this is going to be the anniversary event ship this year. You can see Echo and Foxtrot are the ones I believe that are up at the moment. You can see which ones have been eliminated so far. So go ahead, get your votes out there, let it be known, vote for your favorite. That way we can get a good design for the ship we want, and so on. But, anyways, anybody have thoughts?
I believe if I remember rightly, Alpha 1 day 1, Charlie 1 day 2.
Correct.
And I believe Echo 1 day 3?
I don't see a update.
I haven't
thing
seen
on
the
that
update, yeah.
Echo
I
might
haven't
still
seen
be
an
running.
update anyway.
Anyway,
It might be. But I know I was joking with Luke Critter on Twitter about Team Charlie and it being the he said something about alien overlords because it's a classic flying saucer shape, and it looks very interesting. I haven't actually voted. I don't like voting for these things. I'm not really too concerned with the looks of a ship. More, can it blow things up and how effectively?
makes sense.
But that's just me. Yes.
Any thoughts from you, Artie?
I'm just the opposite of Kirby. I look at the looks. I don't care how the ship fires torpedoes. Honestly, each ship is just everything has its own little tick to me. Alpha, yeah, it's a giant triangle. It's flat, yeah, I'm okay with that, but it's a giant triangle. Beta, even though it's already out, it had the little Romulan like fin kind of bend to it, like the bird of prey was. But then you have your flying saucer, of course. And I think between Echo and Foxtrot, it's like you have a ship that looks close enough to the Sona from in the Star Trek, and then you got.
You're breaking up a bit, dude.
The space. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm on hotel Wi-Fi. What? Where
okay,
did it at?
You were talking about the Sona and stuff. Last I heard.
Yeah, the Echo looks like a Sona ship to me. I mean, that's what I would go for, but I don't see anything really different compared to all these other ships. And then Foxtrot to me looks like a Gelky, the space whale kind of thing.
Makes sense.
But that's basically it. I said choose whatever you think is nice. Honestly, I would go for Echo, but I'm not actually voting because I did the same thing with when the Jupiter came out. I said this one's going to win, and it won. So I'm just going to leave it at that again.
Makes sense.
So my question is, which one did you choose?
I chose the one that we got. It was also Echo at that time. So
Which one do you choose this time?
I'm choosing. Actually, I actually don't like any of these, to be honest. Because literally, it's a triangle, a Romulan-looking arrow, a flying saucer, a sideways stick, a Sona vessel, which is the only one that actually looks like a starship, and a space whale. That's all I got.
I gotta admit, I did vote for Alpha, because to me it kind of reminds me of some ships from the alien conspiracy theories I like to keep up with. Not that has anything to do with it or anything, no, but you know. They totally ripped off the aliens. Just saying.
Quick, someone plays the X-File theme.
Anyway, you can check out the notes on the Lucari and the ship. Getting tongue-tied. Words are hard, people. Anyway, you can check out the ships and the notes for the show. We'll have a link for that for you guys there. But get out there, vote for the one that you want to win, and we'll see that as the anniversary ship, maybe. But moving right along, we have for this week our release notes. Which one of these is it? And there's
basically nothing.
Yeah, pretty much easy
Yeah,
notes.
it's for PC.
Yeah, this is notes for PC this week. And basically the only thing, resolved an issue where Jem'Hadar attack ships would not launch from Jem'Hadar Dreadnought Carrier. So, you may have remembered me talking about that last week for you fine folks out there, where the Jem'Hadar ship wasn't launching the attack ships. The new Tier 6 version of the Jem'Hadar Dreadnought wasn't anyway. And that's finally hopefully been fixed. But, that's about everything as far as our release notes goes. Any thoughts? Anything? Anybody?
Well, I mean, the big thing with the release notes was that they were a day early. So the downtime was actually a day early. And it was not just for PCs. It was for consoles as well. So it was, all 3 servers were down. Or all 3 versions were down on the 19th for the same time period for server-wide maintenance. So that was yeah. Yep. And that takes care of the next one.
Yeah, that's pretty much all for our notes this week. You can see the known issues there. The Gorn outfits, still a known issue. The Aquarius still having issues with the enhanced inertial dampener field. But maybe they'll have some more stuff for us this next week. Who knows?
And then, well, there is another one, the new featured episode coming out for PC.
Ah, that is. Which actually...
You didn't see it.
Did I? Yeah, and then just so folks can see the downtime article, I'll show that, which folks will see later on. Can't really see it on the stream at the moment, because it lags me horribly to show all of these things on the stream and this at one time. But where is my next article? Here we go. I'm a little disorganized this week, folks, so hopefully you can look past that. Anyways, as far as our next article, we have the new featured episode, The Echoes of Light, which will be continuing the series following Sunrise and Time and Tide, where we actually get to explore with the Lucari this go-around. And it'll be coming along with the new, I guess, sort of expansion thing, the Agents of Yesterday artifacts. But
yes.
It looks interesting to me. I'm kind of wanting to see how they play off this exploration with the Lucari, especially with the KDF and the Federation involved. And I'm wanting to know how these Gekli come into play, myself personally. But I guess we'll start with Artie. Any thoughts, good sir?
Well, as soon as I saw the Gelki, I was like, alright, so it's a herd. We know they're from Whittick Space. Maybe they got lost, and they're leading something somewhere. Who knows? So, my guess is, from what we've seen from the picture at the bottom with the Gelki, my guess is there's that star all the way in and at distance, that's the light. I guess the echo of the light is the stellar debris around it. Who knows? It could be taken all sorts of different ways for this mission. Maybe we're trying to figure out what's going on and why the Gelki are here. Why they're finding this as a breeding ground or something. So, who knows?
Interesting. And Kirby.
Well, I'm glad to see some new featured episodes, first of all. They're coming out. It is expected with the new expansion, and it's going to be coming out on October 25th, which is Tuesday. But yeah, I think I'm looking to see if there's anything that's going to come out with the from the new RP log or blog, where the where the ambassador gave the Lucari the Gorn ship. I'm wondering if there's anything that'll come into play from that for the KDF players, or if that's going to take any part in this mission at all. Yeah, the Gekli, that's definitely heard. There's a number of them. I'm not sure. It looks almost like maybe some kind of explosion of a sun, a nova of some kind. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's an interesting picture. And I'm wondering what that will have to do with the episode. So I'm looking forward to it.
I would like to also point out, it looks like they're using the new shaders on the picture.
Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
And the new lighting scheme does come to PC on Tuesday, on the 25th.
Indeed.
So
one other little thing with the article I do kind of want to get some thoughts on before we move on to our next piece is the rewards this time around. There's usually some very good stuff, either a ground set or a space set that comes this time around. Just curious, anybody have any thoughts, what they want to see, kind of what they would like the set to be? Anything?
I'd like to see some kind of space. I know that's been... we've gotten a lot of space sets recently. Maybe some kind of weapon set versus a, deflector, etc. Maybe something that has like a new energy type of 360 beam array, like maybe a phaser beam array with 360, so that those that run phasers have a bit more options for forward-facing builds. Something, just a thought there.
It's a possibility, I suppose.
Yeah, it is, but something, because a lot of people complain they're limited by the energy type they choose for their forward-facing builds, because there's only the crafted beam, as far as 360 beams, there's only the crafted beam array and the kinetic cutting beam for most weapon types, for most energy types. So that is a complaint from a number of people, and so I'd like to see more energy types end up with a second 360 array that they can slot with the crafted beam array, the crafted 360.
Be interesting to see. They have been bringing out omni beams for the different energy types. Eventually, we will have one for every energy type. I believe that was said quite a bit ago. Mm-hmm. But maybe this will bring one. Maybe it'll bring us another nice ground set. I know there's a lot of the ground founders always talking about wanting stuff, but we might see. Any thoughts on that, Artie?
I feel like since the Echoes of Light and the artifact stuff is going to be dealing a little bit with the Lucari, it may be something specific with them, and it might connect with their ship. Like with if the ship says you get the ship for the anniversary and it comes with say a warp core or something, it may come with like the space set for it or a console to help with like some science ability or something, or maybe resistance to specific energy types because of who knows what. Because because of the Tholians, they may have a console to be more resistant to Tetrions or something. So there's that.
It's a
And if it's
possibility.
a ground set, it may give us something to more or less to look like how the Lucari ambassador was when we first met the Lucari in I think it was Sunrise.
Mm-hmm.
So there may be that. Who knows?
Well, it is a bit early for the anniversary set because it is October. Anniversary is not until January, February. So
Some interesting thoughts all around. But we'll hopefully get to see it pretty quick here, folks. But just a couple of days until this actually hits. I know I'm going to be busy. 3 of my games actually have patches on the same day, so what am I going to do?
no.
So, there's this one, The Division, and then World of Warcraft. So you can imagine I'm probably not exiting my nerd cave for quite a long time.
Well,
But anyways,
I do have.
this stuff in the notes for you guys. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I do have a PSA regarding October 25th as well.
Okay.
For any fleet leaders out there, or anyone that manages their fleet projects. Remember October 25th, there come some changes to the fleet projects, and instead of having commodities and small items like hypo sprays and whatnot, that kind of stuff, they're changing those to straight EC contributions on the 25th. They have said, it said in the blog that we reported earlier when they first came out with this, that anything that is partially filled will not transfer to being partially filled for the EC. If you have it partially filled, when they change it over to EC, if the project is not complete and it changes over, it will reset the EC contribution to 0. Any in-progress projects will be changed, and the EC contribution will be set to 0. So I recommend personally making sure any projects that you have already in progress, fill them, flip them, make sure they are cooling off already on the 24th when you go to bed, or that you have nothing slotted until after the change occurs. Just my personal opinion, because, might not want to trust Cryptic.
It's a very good public service
Yeah.
announcement. Better to be safe than sorry in that case.
Yes.
Because that could come back, depending on how big of a project that is, it could come back to bite you in the rear end just as easily.
Yeah.
So, a very good PSA.
Yeah.
But we'll have some of this stuff in the show notes for you guys, some of the articles. You can check out the featured episode information, all this sorts of good thing. Not really much for the budget corner this week. We'll, whenever Timber gets back, we'll let him take care of that. Again, he had some stuff that he needed to take care of, so he wasn't able to join us this evening. But hopefully he should be back within the next week. But, anyway, I guess I'm up this go-around. As far as bugs go, a couple of interesting ones this week that I was able to find. There's, let's see, where's it at? One guy reporting having some issues with the Tholian red alerts on the PS4. So, if anybody's having issues with that, then please let us know so we can do a report, write things up. Get that fixed for you PS4 players and everybody. Then another one we have from the Xbox One. The guy is reporting that it loads the next area in after he comes off or goes on the lift to the crew deck, and the my mind to your mind mission. I'm guessing that's one of the Delta Quadrant missions. I suck with remembering names, just in case anybody's wondering.
Yes, Mindscape.
Okay, so one of the
It
parts
would
of
be
Mindscape,
Mindscape.
yeah. So apparently his instruction box and his ops window is disappearing as soon as he gets off the elevator, which can be a big pain because you've got to do some stuff right after that. So if you're having issues with that, then definitely please speak up, let them know that is game breaking as far as your progression without having to skip that episode. So definitely do some reports on that for us. Another one is a person having issues with upgrading the Solanae set. Now, I personally have not run into this, and I was under the impression that it is upgradable, and I believe still should be. So if you're having issues, and this is on PC, if you're having issues with upgrading the Solanae set, please let us know. As always, please post up on the forums as well. You can send me a note. You can send Artie, Teacher, Timber, any of the crew a note. They'll get it to me. I can write up a report for you guys. Or you can put something on the forums. However, whatever's easiest for you guys. But for the console players that are coming in, writing bug reports, just as a quick note, they still don't have you guys their own separate forums yet for the PS4 and the Xbox One. So you're still wanting to report everything on the bug reporting forum that the PC players use. Just, if it's for Xbox One, PS4, the only thing I would ask, and this will make my life easier and the devs if they get to it before we do, just put something such as PS4 or Xbox One and then whatever your issue is and everything. But for now, that's what we're going to have to do until we get separate forums for you guys. But I have a few other things I can't really divulge too much on due to NDA stuff. But I can tell you there are some other things that we are working on behind the scenes for you guys that should make the game, hopefully once they get fixed, run quite a bit better. And hopefully make the life of the devs quite a bit easier. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have this week for my segment. But coming up on Teacher's Corner with TeacherKirby, let's see the Kobali set, and take it away,
Yes. Yes, so I decided since I did the Soul Defense set last week, it would make sense to do the Kobali set. This is actually another decent tanking set. You can get it a few levels earlier at level 56 instead of level 59, so nice. But the caveat there, you have to run dust to dust 3 times. Which, if you've ever run dust to dust, yeah, Chris is like dying just thinking about it. But you get old Harry Kim, young Harry Kim, and evil Harry Kim.
Personally, that mission never bothered me, honestly. I can run that maze in my sleep now.
It is,
I'll admit, I ran it 48 times when it first came
It's
out.
done some traumatizing shit.
yeah. There are some maps on Google of the maze that are quite helpful. The maze is the same every time. Where you find the Kobali Bridge Officer is not the same every time, but the maze is the same every time. So if you use one of the maps on Google, then you can easily navigate through it, the most direct route. So that will make it easier as you go through if you're not good at memorizing the route you took. So that's one thing. But for me, it's not the maze so much as those platforms. Oh, I hate those platforms. Uh-huh. But yeah, you can get through it as long as you get far enough on the platforms. It'll progress you through eventually. You know, you start from a different point and then you get to the point where you can get through to the end eventually. But yeah, so for me it's the platforms. For some people it's the maze. The maze at least you can find on Google to get through dust to dust. But once you do it 3 times, you get the Kabali set. It is a decent tanking set. If you were not able to get the Kabali ship for was it the 3rd or the 4th anniversary? I want to say the 4th
I
anniversary.
believe it was 4th.
Yeah.
The 4th, I think.
Then you will not. Yeah. If you did not get the Kabali ship for the anniversary, then you will not be able to get the 4th piece for the 4-piece set. The 3-piece set bonus is quite nice. It's a passive. It is a really good heal if your hull gets down to 25%. So it is quite good if you're trying to tank. The 4-piece set or 4-piece bonus is a Clickle.
Clickle.
Words are hard, folks. This is my first day with my new tongue. Okay. They said that on my other team speak, so you know. So the activatable, a clicky. So it's a clicky activatable, and it is a nice heal. Chris, what were you saying earlier about that heal?
For me personally, I actually use the Kabali set myself. I actually had the 4-piece. For me, there's been instances to where I've been pretty much dead for all intents and purposes, down to like 5% hull, and have jumped all the way back to full just by using this. So it's definitely not a heal you want to take lightly.
Right, exactly. And not only does it heal the person, it does have a 5-kilometer area of effect heal as well. So that is nice. But you do have to be taking damage for it to work, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's 20% of incoming damage. Got the tooltip for
so
to see there, hopefully.
I likened it in the video to reverse shield polarity. But for hull instead of shields.
That sounds about right.
So yeah, that's the only thing that's the closest thing I could think of to what it does. Yeah, so I did not have the 4th piece because I didn't get the ship, and the next anniversary was when they started doing the no, if you didn't slot it, you can't slot it this year thing, and so I wasn't able to get it, and I'm really sorry I wasn't. So, but a friend of mine did have it, and so he graciously linked it for me, and I took a screenshot, and yes. So, thank you again, SAross. So we got that. So that's how I got it done. But if you don't have the 4th piece, again, the temporal core from the Mission Butterfly, which Chris had suggested last time, is a good thing to add there if you don't have the 4th piece, and then you can have the 3-piece. It is a decent set for some tanking and is available a little earlier than the Soul Defense set, so that is another option. Any thoughts?
I will have to agree. It is a very good tanking set. I use it on my Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
I personally
Because I can, so.
He's cutting out. Anyway.
Oh, sorry.
That's all good. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I basically use Aquarius, and it saves me from basically near death, so I would say it's a really good tanking set for any ship, and that little AoE heal, I guess you can say, really helps when, you're doing hellacious maneuvers around your allies to cover them and who knows what, so.
Indeed. My caveat I would add to the Kobali set, for me personally, as far as tanking goes, again, this is just my personal opinion, and what I do personally, if, feel free to disagree with me if you want to, just wanted to get that little disclaimer out there. Me personally, I don't like to use it unless I can have all 4 pieces, because to me, I think with just the 3 pieces, that's, without some kind of other something to take advantage of it anyway, that the Soul Defense set actually outclasses it. Again, it's my personal opinion on that as far as healing potential goes. But definitely give the Kobali set a try regardless. It's a very nice set, even if all you want to do is piece together a couple of things. The shields are nice, everything's very good. Definitely check out Teacher's video. She explains things pretty well. But anyway, we're coming up on our final segment with the RP Corner and Artie. And
I was going to say one last thing. I
Okay.
was going to actually respond to you with the soul defense being better. I agree with you. The one thing I would say, though, is that the Kobali set is available for mission play 3 levels earlier than the soul defense set. So, and you know that acquiring mission levels at once
Yep.
you're past 50 takes forever. So, it is a good in-between.
very true.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely keep that in mind, folks. But anyway, coming to Artie's RP Corner this week, we have RP in the holodeck. What do you got for us, dude?
Okay, simply as in the little title there, the holodeck little fantasy world that you can do whatever the hell you want in. To roleplay it, as I've seen some people do, Foundry. It works so easy. Just, you can do your little combat simulations, I've seen someone do a Dungeons and Dragons like Foundry mission that goes on for like 5 or 6 hour-long episodes. It's hilariously fun, but many people get into real big discussions on how to really do the holodeck. It just, a lot of it is you pretty much have to imagine a lot of it, but personally I have found a little loop around, I guess you can say. I figured out that if we all, play the same other games other than STO, we can count that as the holodeck. A lot of people don't like that suggestion, but it works very well. Say, if you all play Battlefield 1, boom, just say your characters are in a old-esque holodeck simulation, and you're just having to act like your characters in the fight. That's it.
Interesting.
Personally, I've used, and some people may not like that I've done this, but I've used Star Wars: The Old Republic as my character's little fantasy playground. Basically, all I did was, since Star Wars and Star Trek as a film, Artie, my character Artie, went to the computer and went, take this show, modify it a little bit to expand its little world, and throw random stories at me. And it created the Old Republic for me, technically. At least that's what I'm going off of.
Makes sense.
It's fun. A lot of people have joined me with it, but it's very nice. Not much to it. It's up to whatever people they're in to pick whatever game you like. But if you don't want to leave STO to do it, Foundry's over there. So that's my bit.
Oh, sounds like a pretty interesting setup we got there. But anyways, folks, this brings us up to the last bit of our show. And hopefully you've enjoyed everything. We've been able to get some information out there for you guys. Didn't have a whole lot this week to work with. Maybe we'll have some more stuff this next week. But anyways, folks, hopefully we'll be back up to capacity with Timber joining us again. Everything. But regardless, folks, hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Feel free to join us next week as well. But for now, this is the Pilot Review Show, and we're heading on out of here.
See ya.
Catch you later.
Have a good night.
Peace out, folks.